Hey, what's up, everybody? Today, we're going to talk about the left guard position. Who is it going to be? Who's going to win the position? And at the end of the day, who are going to be the starting offensive line here for the Cowboys, okay? So, this is serious. We're talking the offensive line, the line that dominated last year, opened up the lanes, seams for Zeke Elliott. All right, so last year we had the luxury of having Ron Leary there in place of Lyle Collins, and then obviously Doug Free there, but Doug Free not very good in pass protection. He retired. That position is now going to be filled by Lyle Collins at the moment, right? He's given the full green light here to get all his reps at right tackle, and that's what he's been doing in the offseason. That's what he's been doing in the OTAs as well. All right, so now the question is here, the biggest question mark on the offensive line is the left guard position, and the Cowboys are throwing bodies at this. Okay, so let's take a look at a couple of slides here. Who's in position to win the left guard spot? Okay, so let's take a look at this. All right, so this is as of today. All right, Jonathan Cooper, 6'2", 302 pounds. All right, so Cooper, he's kind of been, he's had a rough career here. Injury, rookie year, Cardinals, didn't make it there. Kind of bounced around here and there. Patriots, Browns, that kind of thing. Now he's here with the Cowboys. But at 6'2", 302, at the guard position, you have to wonder if realistically he's big enough for what we want to do here. And most importantly, for the matchups here in the NFC East, all right? You got to win your division first. How does he match up against some of these guys? It's going to be tough sledding here, okay? If you think about going up against the Giants, they have a lot of beef up there, right? Damon Harrison. They've got big bodies up there, okay? You have to be concerned about that. Okay, let's take a look at the next guy here. They're looking at Joe Looney. He's 6'3", 315 pounds, all right? He was here with the Cowboys last season. He'll be in competition with that position, all right? Now, let's take a look at this here. Emmett Cleary, 6'7", 324 pounds. Cleary, he actually got the start here, last week, this past OTAs here, and reports weren't that good. Got mauled up by Malik Collins. Obviously, this is without pads and all that kind of thing. So I think we'll get a better look at all these guys all around when the pads come on. But the initial reports here from OTAs, not too good. Actually, Jonathan Cooper, he was actually with the second team playing center. So I didn't even try him out at guard. That went to Cleary. He got the first crack at it. Got ate up. All right. Next guy here on the list, Nate Thieker. 6'5", 315 pounds. This guy here, rookie, versatile, undrafted guy, obviously, though. So he did have a back issue that dropped his stock here, and he went undrafted. But he's going to get an opportunity there. Maybe more of a developmental player. Not so sure he could win a spot here as an undrafted rookie, but you never know. All right, that's what these OTAs, mini camp and training camp are gonna filter out. You know, we're gonna see who's gonna get the job here. All right, next guy on the list, Kadeem Edwards, 6'4", 305. So another guy here on the team here, hasn't done much in the league. More of a reserve type player. Cowboys bringing him in for a look to see if he can provide any kind of competition, see if he wants to earn a position here. We'll see what he does here. For me, I think he's more of a camp body, but we'll see what he does. The next guy on the list, Byron Bell, 6'5", 340 pounds. This guy brings the beef. It's a big guy here. Reports are his contract actually has a weight clause in there, so I think he's had issues with weight in the past here, keeping it at a reasonable level for what the Cowboys want to do. It's in his contract, all right? So he does have snaps here, all right, and versatile guard and tackle. Cowboys like that. Could come in here and compete at that position. For me, I think you want a little bit more beef here for your guards. And he gives you more there. I mean, he can take on some of these bigger defensive tackles here in the league. Stuff them, stand them up, that kind of thing. But they like his versatility. So he'll be right in the mix there. We could get a look at him there at the guard position possibly. All right. Next guy, Reuben Carter. They just signed this guy here from off the Dolphins. You know, he was a free agent basically, but that's where he was with the Dolphins last couple of seasons. 6'4", 312 pounds. All right. So these are a lot of names here. These are 7 players here. They're throwing bodies at the position. So what does this mean in the long term? Who wins the left guard position? All right. At the end of the day, could it be La'el Collins moves back to left guard and Chaz Green starts out there at the right tackle position? All right. That is the biggest question I have. For right now, though, they look content at keeping La'el Collins there at right tackle. So for me, if these guys don't pan out during minicamp and training camp, we could see a move here. All right, we could see a move here that you know, they might even make a trade here. They might wait for roster cuts to happen before they fill that position. So this is going to be one of the storylines to follow for the rest of the offseason, training camp, preseason. Left guard. All right. It's a big question mark. Okay, and it needs to be answered here at some point. And it all comes back to Chaz Green. I mean, the health there. They're bringing him along slowly here. Obviously, he did do some reps here, but he's coming back from a herniated disc surgery that he had in December, right? So that's the injury that he's dealing with. Bringing him along slowly here. He's fragile, all right? He is what he is. He's one of these players that is going to be always injured. So you run the risk of starting Collins at left guard if that's what you go with, and Chaz Green over there at right tackle. And how many games can you get out of him? How many games can you get out of Green if that were the way they went? Okay, so it's going to be a juggling act here to see who ends up here at the end of the day on the starting lineup for the Cowboys offensive line. Something that we'll be watching here closely here at the channel. But let me know what you guys think here, okay? Of these guys here on this list here, let's look back at the list. Cooper, Looney, Cleary, Thieker, Edwards, Bell, Carter. Who do you think takes it? All right. Is that player even on the team right now, do you think? Do you think the Cowboys use a draft pick and make a trade with another team to get a player in here to fill that position? Or do you think at the end of the day it's going to be Collins at left guard and they're going to roll the dice and see if Green can hold up at right tackle, right? So let me know what you guys think here in the comments. I really appreciate it. And thanks for liking, sharing. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And we'll see you here Monday. Sundays we're off, so we'll see you here from Monday. Hope everybody has a great Memorial Day. Thanks, guys.